Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this one. We're going to be using the Sending Smiles stamp set and the Sending dies to create this card with some fun summery colors. So if you want to see how to make this card, please keep watching. So to start our card, we're going to be doing a little bit of stamping. I have the Sending Smiles stamp set. There are 22 photopolymer stamps in this set. I love all the different sentiments. So for this one, I did Sending a Note of Thanks. For the card we're going to be making, I think I'm going to switch it up and do Birthday Wishes. And it coordinates with the Sending dies. Let me show you these dies. So you have all your flowers and you have your big Sending, which we're going to be using to cut that out. But you also have a script one. So this cuts out on the cardstock and you can, it's really thin. It's so super pretty. And then a couple of labels, but we're going to be using the leaves here, and we're going to be using the smaller label for our sentiment. And then you can see there's leaves and there's stems. We're also going to be using this guy because I think it's like wisteria or something. I'm not good with names of flowers, but we're going to be using those 4 dies and 4 of the stamps. We're going to be using the big Sending stamp, this stem and leaf here, the Birthday Wishes, and then our little wisteria. So I already have those on blocks. I have the Sending on a big old I block, which I don't use very often, but it's perfect for that stamp. Then our stem on a D block, our wisteria on a B block, and then our Birthday Wishes on a G block. So I just have a scrap piece of basic white here. We're going to do our die cut stamping first, and then I'm going to show you how to do that background. So we're only using 2 colors. I have Coastal Cabana and Parakeet Party. These are like great summer colors. The Coastal Cabana reminds me of water. This Parakeet Party is just a nice bright green. So we're going to ink up our like little wisteria. I don't even know if it's wisteria, but I'm going to call it wisteria until I'm corrected. We're just going to ink that up with the Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to stamp 3 of them. And then we're also going to stamp our Sending in Coastal Cabana. And ink that up really good. Make sure it's fully covered. I'm going to stamp that one just up here. And the die fits over it perfectly, so you don't really have to give it a ton of room. It just fits perfect. And then we're going to get into our Parakeet Party. I might need another scrap for my leaves because we're going to be doing 3 of the stems too. I'm going to ink the Birthday Wishes. I'm just going to go on the side here like that. And then I think I could fit 1 leaf on here. I might have to grab another scrap. Fit 1 leaf on here. Let's see. I always have scraps of basic white just laying over to the side here. This is the one I used for the sample card. So we're going to do 1 here, whoops, and 1 there. That should do it. So that is for all the things we are die cutting. Now I'm going to move our sentiments out of the way. We're going to need our wisteria again and our leaf. And then I have a piece of basic white that measures 5 by 3 3/4. All the measurements for this card are super simple because I wanted the die cuts to stand out, but you can find them on my blog. They're linked in the description of this video. So we're going to start by doing our wisteria pieces. I found this the easiest way to do it. So what you want to do, let me get everything kind of moved up so you can see, is I'm going to ink this up in the Coastal Cabana, and I'm just going to put it kind of high up. I'm going to stamp it. Then I'm going to bring it down a little bit without re-inking it and stamp it again. So this is called like generational stamping or stamping off. So I'm going to do that again. Inked it up, stamped it, stamp again without re-inking. So we're just going to do that a couple of times. I'm going to kind of start over here just because I don't want it to be too uniform, too patterny. I want it to look kind of random. Do 1 there, down there, and then I'm going to stamp off on another scrap. Make sure that's inked up. Stamp off, Do another one there. I kind of want one at the bottom there. I'm going to do one more full strength one here. And another right about there. That looks good to me. So now we're going to take our stem and kind of do the same thing. So I'm going to ink that up in the Parakeet Party, and where it's full strength, I'm going to stamp it like that. And you are going to overlap some of them, and that's okay. It's going to get mostly covered by the rest of the pieces. And then what I did for a couple of them is I flipped this over and just did the stem. And like I said, if you get it where you don't want it, it's fine. Because most of it is getting covered up anyway. Just do a couple like that. Stamp off again. Do one that way. Oh, I need one more, I think. Right there. Looks good to me. And like I said, we're gonna cut out our pieces here, and then it's gonna kind of get covered up. So like this one, I kind of messed that up. We're gonna cover that up. So I'm gonna clean off my stamps, die cut my pieces with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then we can put our card together. So now all our pieces are die cut. You should have 3 of those flower wisteria pieces, 3 stems, and then the sending and your birthday wishes sentiment. Now we can put everything together. I'm going to start with the little wisteria pieces and some small Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put, again, the flowers on first. I just find it easier to line up the stems once the flowers are already down with stamping and with die cutting. So I like for this, I put down the flowers first and then can line up the stems. Because if you just put the stems, it's to me makes it harder to line up the flowers. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put another one, I think there. And again, I'm just kind of offsetting them. And put the other one there. So now we can put on our stems, and for that I did use the liquid glue because I'm going to show you a little trick on how to get that lined up. So what I'm going to do, I'm always running out of this liquid glue even though I don't use it very often. I don't know if it's just drying up on me. Try another one because this one is not cooperating. I have a brand new one here. Peel off that plastic and you should be good to go. Yep. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the stem and then just on the tops of the leaves. Not really on the bottom because I know that's coming off the edge. I'm just going to tuck that under and see how we covered up where the stamp didn't completely stamp. And do that again on the other ones, and I'm just putting a tiny drop. I'm gonna put this one here because I kind of messed up that one. The die slid on me as I was die cutting. And this one I'm going to go a little bit lower because I know more of it is going to be on the card. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is grab my paper snips, which I can't find. Oh, here they are. My paper snips, my scissors, and I'm just going to flip this over and cut the stems off. And I'm just lining it up with that cardstock there. So see? Perfect. I'm going to clean this up. Little pieces everywhere, and then we can put on the rest of our greetings. So I'm going to take the mini dimensionals. Again, if you don't have mini dimensionals, you can cut down the regular sized ones, or you could use liquid glue. I just like that this gives it a bit of height. Put 3 on our sentiment here. And you could also switch out the sentiments to whatever you want. I know I'm going to need a birthday card here soon, so I decided to make this one a birthday card. This one is a thank you card. That's what I love about the stamp set, is it is so versatile. There's so many different sayings in it. Put that one there. And the other reason we didn't pop up the stems was because I'm putting this over them. So you don't want too much height. I'll do just like that. And then I'll grab my Stampin' Seal. And put this to our Parakeet party panel. Again, all the measurements for this card are on my blog. That's the first link in the description of this video. I'm going to fold over my card base, grab my bone folder, and just burnish that edge. Just gives a nice crisp edge and closes the card so I can work with it a little bit better. And I did forget to stamp the inside of this card, but I stamped the inside of this one. So I just took those little wisterias and just stamped it twice. I'm not going to do it on this one. But I do have the inside piece. Don't forget your inside piece. You can write on these light colored cardstocks. I just always think a nice bright piece of basic white on the inside looks nice. And then to finish this card, I have some of the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And grab my take your pick tool. I got putty on the end here. Just going to squeeze a little bit more of that putty out so these will pick up. And there's 3 different sizes. I'm going to use all 3 sizes. And I'm just going to kind of randomly place them around. Grab a little one. And that is our card today. So I hope you enjoyed this card. Hope it inspires you to get crafty. I will be talking about summer colors all week long. So be sure to come back on Friday. I will have a new video with new summer colors. I will have a blog post on Wednesday, and just in general talking about summer colors all week. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this card. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.